Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone to our Tuesday evening Bhagavad Gita discussion. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mukham karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim Yat kripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinim Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanyeshwaram. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Okay, Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone. So last time we finished chapter 10 in our Tuesday evening Bhagavad Gita discussion. So chapter 10, who is going to describe what was the theme of chapter 10 of Bhagavad Gita? At least what is the title of chapter 10?
The opulence.
Prabhuji.
Okay. Vibhuti Yoga. So connecting with the Supreme through extraordinary manifestations within this material world. Okay, so that is chapter 10, Vibhuti Yoga. And chapter 11 of Bhagavad Gita, what is the title of chapter 11?
Vishwadarshan Yoga.
Vishwadarshan Yoga.
Vishwarup Darshan Yoga.
Yeah,
That's right.
Vishwarup Darshan Yoga. So seeing the universal form of the Supreme Lord. So that is chapter 11. And what is the difference between chapter 10 and 11?
Well, chapter 10, he describes what are his vibhuti. Now he's going to see it, the final form. And interestingly, Prabhuji, one of the argument I have been hearing before was that Krishna showed him Vishwarup Darshan because Arjuna to convince him. But in chapter 10 already he believes that he is the most powerful God.
So it's
So
not
that argument doesn't stand. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not to convince Arjuna for sure, because that's how chapter 11 opens. Chapter 11, Arjuna is telling, I'm convinced about your supremacy.
Right.
You are the
Right.
Supreme Lord. And in chapter 10 also, he had already mentioned that I accept you as the Supreme Lord, and all other great sages, they are accepting you. They are telling you as the Supreme Lord. So Arjuna is already convinced. So Krishna is not showing the universal form to convince Arjuna. So that's not the
Yeah.
argument for sure.
And that's what argument a lot of people who haven't read Gita very carefully do that kind of thing. But I know what you were saying at the Hare Krishna, but that was very interesting.
Okay, good. Anybody else? What is your understanding of difference in chapter 10 and chapter 11? Okay, come on.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. In my understanding, I think in the 10th chapter, the Supreme Lord showed him in everything. In the 11th chapter, he showed everything in him.
Okay, very good. Right on spot. So, everybody, hopefully you heard what Prasad Prabhu said and understood that. So, chapter 10, basically Arjuna wanted to see how to experience, how to see Krishna in everything. Okay, in the manifestations of this material world. So chapter 10 is basically seeing the supreme outside, how to see Krishna in everything. Chapter 11 is how to see everything in the supreme. Okay, how do we see all these things of the material manifestation within Krishna? So that is the difference. So very good, Prasad Prabhu, right? Exactly the same statement which I was hoping for, that somebody will understand and somebody will describe. So chapter 11, now Arjuna is going to ask Krishna to show his kind of universal form, to see everything within the form of Krishna. And the starting of chapter 11, which Arjuna is telling that after hearing your instructions, you have already described to me, my illusion is already gone. Yes, that is how Arjuna starts in chapter 11. So, Mohoyam Vigto Mama. My illusion is already gone. I have understood you as the Supreme Lord. So, it's not about convincing Arjuna. The purpose of showing the universal form is not at all to convince Arjuna. He is already convinced. So, Arjuna is saying, now I have heard from you in detail about all these different manifestations. Okay. And I'm seeing you standing in front of me also, as you have described about yourself. Now I wish to see how you have entered into this cosmic manifestation. So I want to see that form of yours. So I want to see that form of yours where I can see everything in you, right? How you have entered into this cosmic manifestation. And Arjuna is not asking it in a challenging spirit that, oh, I will believe that you are the Supreme Lord if you can show me the cosmic manifestation within you. That is not the point here. Arjuna is, what is the wording of Arjuna? He is saying, if you think I am eligible, okay, if you think that I am able to withhold that form, then kindly show that form to me. Manyase yadi tat chakyam maya drishtumiti prabho yogeshwara tato me tvam darshyatmanam avyayam. So if you think I am able to behold your cosmic form, then kindly show me that unlimited universal self. So the point here, what Arjuna is saying, please show me your universal form if I am eligible. So point to understand is, many times people will argue, okay, you think you are devotee of Krishna or you believe in God. Have you ever seen God? Can you show me God? So people challenge, right? Can you show me God? At the time of Prabhupada also, when Prabhupada will have discussions with many scholarly people also, sometimes people will challenge, sometimes people will ask this, can you show me God? So God is not our order supplier that we demand that, oh, you come stand in front of me, show yourself to me, and then I will accept you. We cannot challenge God to show himself to us. And Arjuna is saying, if you see me fit, then please show your universal form to me. So Arjuna was able to see Krishna because of the mercy of Krishna, because Krishna gave special vision to Arjuna. Okay, so Krishna is telling now, so after Arjuna had requested Krishna to show his universal form, it is not to drive away Arjuna's doubt, but it is to drive away any doubt that Krishna is God, not for Arjuna, but for people to come in future, for you and me, for all of us. Because people may doubt, oh, is Krishna really God? So proof is here that Krishna showed his universal form where he showed everything in his body. The way, so showing the universal form, this is not the first time where Krishna is going to show the universal form. Krishna had shown the universal form earlier also. What is the other instance when Krishna showed his universal form? or Krishna showed the whole cosmic manifestation within him. Okay, so when we say showing the universal form means Krishna showed all the cosmic manifestation within him. What was another incident when Krishna showed the universal form within himself or the cosmic manifestation within himself?
To
I
Mother
think
Yashoda.
Yeah, to Mother Yashoda, right? So that very famous pastime that Krishna eating dirt, Krishna eating mud, and all the boys they go and complain to Mother Yashoda. Krishna is eating mud. And when Mother Yashoda asked Krishna to open the mouth, what did she? She saw all the universes within the mouth of Krishna. So Krishna had already shown the cosmic manifestation within himself earlier also. And here Arjuna is requesting that if you think I am eligible, I can withhold your cosmic manifestation, then please show it to me. So first reason is not for Arjuna's own doubt, but Arjuna is asking this to drive away the doubt for people and also to set a test for the future. That in the future, many people may come, many people will claim themselves to be God. So there has to be some test. They have to meet certain criteria. If somebody comes and claims, oh, I am God, I am avatar of Vishnu. Okay, can you show universal form? Krishna showed his universal form. Can you show that universal form? So generally people have this tendency to just argue. Have you seen God? Can you show me God? But they don't want to develop the qualification. They don't want to develop the right vision to see God. Okay, once a devotee was traveling in the train, and he was wearing tilak and kantimala and holding the beads in his hands, chanting. And there was one person sitting in front of him. He was noticing, and after some time he asked, "So you are devotee of God? So you believe in God's existence?" He said, "Yes, I do. I am devotee." And this person, he happens to be an atheist, and he started arguing. Do you think God really exists? Have you seen God? I don't think there is any God. Because if God was there, you will be able to see him. Why don't God come and show himself to us? And this person, this devotee, he did not want to argue. So he just listened and he kept quiet. So as the train continued, after some time, this devotee thought, oh, I should answer this person. I should tell him some kind of logic for him to understand. So after some time, he told this atheist person, do you think this train has a driver? Do you think there is a driver who is driving this train? And this person said, of course, there is a driver. And this person said, no, I don't believe. I don't believe there is a driver. This train is just running on the track and I don't think there is any driver. And this person said, no, there is a driver. I don't believe in. Can you show me the driver? So this person, this atheist person said, of course, when the train stops on the next station, you can get down from the train. You can walk all the way to the front compartment, the engine. You can climb up into the engine compartment and you will see there is a driver sitting there who is managing this train, who is driving this train. So this devotee told, see, just to see a mere mortal person, just the driver of this train, I have to work so hard. I have to get down from the train, walk all the way to the engine, get up into the engine bogie, and then I will be able to see the driver. And here you want to see the God without doing any effort. You don't want to do your own effort, but you want to see God. To see God, you have to do some effort. You have to develop the qualification. You have to develop that eligibility to be able to see God. And what is that? All the effort you have to do? Connect yourself with Krishna by chanting the holy name, by hearing about him. And that is the way you develop the qualification to see God. So in this chapter, Prabhupada writes in the purports that people have this tendency to argue, can you show me God? But we have to develop the qualification to see God. as Arjuna is not challenging Krishna to show himself, but requesting Krishna that if I have that qualification, if I have that eligibility, please show yourself to me, your cosmic manifestation to me. So it is to drive away the doubt of people to come and to set a test for future, that nobody claims himself to be God. They have to show, they have to pass this test by showing the universal form. Because in Kali Yuga, we know so many people come and claim, so many Babas or Babis or something like that. So it is something like coming and selling you the rusted iron, saying it is gold, right? I am giving you gold in the price of silver. And you may be thinking, wow, I got gold just in the price of silver. But actually, they fooled you. They gave you the rusted iron in the price of silver. So same way these Babas, sometimes they are cheaters and they just come and project themselves as God. And people think, oh, this God has come in front of us. We are so fortunate to see God in front of our eyes. And these foolish people, they get cheated. So here Arjuna is asking to show the universal form. The first 4 verses is Arjuna's request. And then 5 to 8, Krishna is speaking about his universal form. So Krishna is kind of giving a description of his universal form. It's like orientation. Okay, so before he really shows the universal form, before Arjuna for himself sees the universal form, Krishna is giving a description of the universal form, just like the orientation program. So what happens sometime when the new hire, right, new people join the company, or if you're visiting any company, any plant tour, before they really take into the plant where the actual work is happening, actual manufacturing is happening, maybe they will take in a conference room and where they will give some brief up, right? They will do some briefing, they will give some sort of orientation, show you the map and what kind of different things happen. So like an orientation program. So here also Krishna is doing the same thing. Krishna is first giving an orientation to Arjuna about his universal form before Arjuna really sees the universal form. So Krishna is telling, behold this universal form, behold this form of mine with all my opulences in it, hundreds and thousands of varied divine and multicolored forms. And see here, in all these different manifestations of Adityas, Vasus, Rudras, Ashwini Kumaras, and all other demigods, before that, behold the many wonderful things which no one else has ever seen or heard of before. So whatever Krishna had told earlier in 10th chapter, that among the Rudras, I am Shiva, among the Adityas, I am sun. So here now Krishna is saying, see all those of things, behold in my form, all these many wonderful things which no one has ever seen before or heard before. So it is, just imagine the scenario, if somebody was blind from childhood and or from birth. So he has never seen anything. He has never seen colors. It's for him everything black. And if he is treated, he gets the eyes operation or he gets the eye transplant. Somebody donates the eye. And now the day when the operation is done and the doctor comes, removes the bandage, and doctor tells, now slowly open your eyes and look at this form. So the person turned toward the head from where the voice is coming. And as he's opening the eyes, all he's seeing is just some hazy colors because he is not able to make any sense out of that. He has never seen anything before. And he's not able to put the voice and the face together in the beginning. For him, everything is new. He has never seen anything. And even the object maybe which he has touched earlier, right, he sees that object and he's not able to make sense of that oh, this is the same object which I have held before or which I have been using before. So there was a scenario. Once a person, blind person, he was using the saw as a cutter. Okay, and he was trained in that. Even as a blind person, he is using the saw machine to cut the wood and all and sell that wood and to earn his livelihood. Now he is treated for his eyes and he got the eyes. Now when he saw this cutter for the first time, which he has been using all his life, he was not able to make sense. So this is the same thing that I have been using. And when he touched it, then he realized, oh yeah, I was touching this part. This is the handle and this is the cutter. But when he saw it first time, he was not able to understand anything. So somebody when see the things for the first time, even though they may have heard about those things, they are not able to put those things together. So Arjuna is going to see Krishna's universal form, which he has maybe heard about certain things earlier, which Krishna has explained. He has never seen this thing before. So Krishna is saying, behold, this many wonderful things which no one has ever seen or heard before. So, O Arjuna, whatever you wish to see, now behold at once in the body of mind. This universal form can show you whatever you now desire to see and whatever you may want to see in the future. Everything moving, non-moving is here, completely in one place. So, chal, achal, basically all the moving and non-moving things, all are present in this cosmic manifestation and all are seen within the universal form of Krishna. So Krishna is just describing himself about the universal form, but you cannot see me with your present eyes. Now this verse is very important, right? But you cannot see me with your present eyes, therefore I give you the divine eyes. Behold my mystic opulence. So here Srila Prabhupada, what he is writing is, Arjuna was able to see only because of the mercy of Krishna, because Krishna gave special vision to Arjuna. Divyam dadhati te chakshu pashya me yogameshwaram. So this is 11.8. So I am giving you divine vision with which you can see my Aishwarya. Pashya me yogam Aishwaram. So without Krishna's mercy, we cannot see Krishna in his real form. And when we see Krishna in the deity form in temple, that is also Krishna's mercy. Because with our material eyes, we cannot see any spiritual object. And Krishna, with his mercy, agrees to manifest himself made of the material elements. Because with our material eyes, we can see material object only. So Krishna agrees to appear in the material forms, made of wood, made of stone, even made of gold, made of diamonds also. If somebody can make the form of Krishna in diamonds, studded with diamonds, in the form of painting, in the form of clay. So in those forms, Krishna manifests himself. So the deity form of Krishna is also Krishna's mercy, that Krishna has agreed to appear in this material world. So at least we can see the Lord face to face and we can render some service to the Lord, and in that way connect ourselves with the Supreme Lord. So without Krishna's mercy, we cannot see Krishna. And Krishna is giving this divine vision to Arjuna so that Arjuna is able to see him. So here, who is describing this? Next verses, next set of verses, Sanjay is describing this to Dhritarashtra. Now, as we know, this whole Bhagavad Gita is conversation going on between Sanjay and Dhritarashtra. It starts with Dhritarashtra's inquiry. Right? Dhritarashtra had asked this question in the beginning, in the first chapter, first verse. Dhritarashtra uvacha. Dharmakshetre kurukshetre samaveta yuyutsava mamakah pandavascheva kim kurvatah Sanjaya. Oh Sanjay, please tell me what happened in the field of Kurukshetra, in Dharmakshetra, Kurukshetra. What did my sons and sons of Pandu do. So this is how it started. So Sanjay has been describing. So it says before even the war was going to start, Vyasadeva had approached Dhritarashtra that you could have stopped this war, but now this war is going to happen. Now I will give you the divine vision. By that, you can see whatever is happening in the field of Kurukshetra. And Dhritarashtra denied, no, I don't want to have divine vision. All my life I was blind person. Now I don't want to get this vision to see this ghastly war. So Vyasadeva said, okay, I will give this divine vision to my disciple Sanjay. And Sanjay will be able to describe to you. So Vyasadeva gave that divine vision. So here also, so the way Krishna is giving the vision to Arjuna to see his cosmic manifestation, the form with all the cosmic manifestation, Vyasadeva also had given the divine vision to Sanjay. And Sanjay, while sitting in the room, sitting in the palace, he was able to see whatever was happening in Kurukshetra and was able to relate back to Dhritarashtra. So Sanjay was given the divine vision, and Sanjay told Dhritarashtra, I can tell you what all is happening there, who is winning, who is losing. And Dhritarashtra was overconfident actually. Why Dhritarashtra was overconfident? Dhritarashtra said, I don't want to listen. I know my sons are going to win. After a few days, I will hear the news of the victory of my sons. Why he was confident? Because Bhishma Pitama was on the side of Kauravas, on the side of Duryodhana. So Dhritarashtra was overconfident because today is first day of Bhishma Panchaka also. So we can glorify Bhishma Pitama for a few minutes. Bhishma Pitama, he was a very powerful personality. He had even defeated his own guru, Parshuram also. So Bhishma Pitama, even though he was such an elderly person, but he was so powerful. Why? Because Bhishma Pitama, first of all, had the boon to choose the time of his death. Ichha Mrityu. Yes, so Bhishma Pitama had got that blessing, that boon. So Dhritarashtra was confident that nobody can defeat Bhishma Pitama, nobody can kill Bhishma Pitama, so Kauravas are going to win. And Bhishma Pitama, Dhritarashtra told Sanjay, I don't want to hear. After a few days, when the war is done, my sons are victorious, I will hear the news directly. So Sanjay went from there, and then war continued, war started, war continued, and we know Krishna made the plan that if we want to defeat, if the Pandavas have to defeat Kauravas, Bhishma Pitama have to go out. Bhishma Pitama have to die. So this whole arrangement was done. They asked Bhishma Pitama, or Krishna basically sent Pandavas to Bhishma Pitama to return his blessings, to become victorious. On the first day before the war started, Yudhishthira went to pay obeisances to Bhishma Pitama, and Bhishma Pitama blessed, may you be victorious. Okay? Vijayi Bhav. So Krishna told Pandavas, go return this blessing, because till Bhishma Pitama is there, you cannot win. So Bhishma Pitama, then he's told his secret, how he can be killed. That if somebody, a woman comes in front, Bhishma Pitama will not shoot arrows on that side. He will put his weapons down, and that's how he can be killed. So then finally Shikhandi came on the same chariot as Arjuna, because Shikhandi happens to be Amba from the previous life. And Arjuna finally shoots arrows at Bhishma Pitama. Throughout his body is pierced with arrows, and Bhishma Pitama falls on the ground, shot with all those arrows. And when this news comes to Dhritarashtra that Bhishma Pitama had fell down, Bhishma Pitama is completely injured, he has taken down. And when this news reaches to Dhritarashtra, then he immediately calls Sanjay, Sanjay, come, where is Sanjay? Bring Sanjay. And then Sanjay comes. So this is 10th day. Okay? 10th day of war. On the 10th day, Bhishma Pitama falls down. And Sanjay comes to Dhritarashtra, and then Dhritarashtra asks. And that's when Dhritarashtra speaks this verse. Dhamakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutsava Mamaka Pandavasheva Kim Kurvatah Sanjaya. Sanjay, please tell me what happened in the field of Kurukshetra. What did my sons and the sons of Pandu do? How this war started and what all has happened. So then Sanjay started describing all the thing. And this whole conversation is now Sanjay is speaking. Before even the war started, Sanjay is speaking that knowledge to Dhritarashtra which Krishna spoke to Arjuna. Okay, because Sanjay was also given this divine vision, which Krishna is also giving to Arjuna, that divine vision to see himself. Divya dadhami te chakshu pashyame yogameshwaram. So now in this next set of verses, Sanjay is speaking about this universal form of Krishna, which Krishna is showing. He is describing that to Dhritarashtra. So Sanjay said, O king, having spoken thus, the supreme lord of all mystic power, the personality of Godhead, display his universal form to Arjuna. Okay. So evam muktva tato rajan mahayogeshwaro hari drashyam parthaya param rupameshwaram. So Sanjay is telling to Dhritarashtra that Krishna showed his universal form to Arjuna, and what was he is telling now what Arjuna saw in that universal form. Arjuna saw in that universal form unlimited mouths, unlimited eyes, unlimited wonderful visions. And this form was decorated with celestial ornaments and holding many weapons in various hands. He was wearing celestial garlands and garments, and many divine scents were smeared over his body. And all was wondrous, brilliant, unlimited, and all expanding. So there is so much effulgence coming out of that nobody is able to see. Only the person who is given this divine vision, only that person is able to see across that effulgence and see that universal form of Krishna. Because when Krishna is showing this universal form to Arjuna, even though all other people are also present there, nobody is able to behold that universal form. All they are seeing is a glaring effulgence. They are not able to see anything else, just the glaring effulgence. But Arjuna was able to see beyond that glaring effulgence. And what is that glaring effulgence? That is what we refer to as Brahma Jyoti, the light which is emanating from the body of Krishna. So Brahma Jyoti, the source of Brahma Jyoti is also Krishna. And Mayavadi people have an opposite philosophy. They think originally it's just energy, it is just some light, Brahma Jyoti. And when God wants to come in this material world, he takes a form, he accepts a form. So it's a complete opposite to what Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, I am the source of that Brahman also. Not that Brahman is my source. Krishna is the source of Brahman also. So everybody else just saw the glaring effulgence, but Arjuna is able to see. And Sanjay is also able to see because of the divine vision given to Sanjay by Vyasadeva. And how Sanjay is describing this universal form to Dhritarashtra, is saying, if hundreds and thousands of sun were to rise at once into the sky, okay, that much is the effulgence of the Supreme Person in that universal form. Now for us, what happens if you want to see, if you want to look at the sun, okay, if you want to look at the sun, what will you see? You will see a lot of effulgence there, but to see that actual disk of the sun, it's very difficult to keep looking at that for even few seconds. Your eyes will be completely blinded. Now, here we are talking about Krishna's universal form. Sanjay is describing it is like so many thousands of sun to appear in the sky at once. That much was the effulgence. So who can withhold that? And that's why people are not able to see beyond that effulgence. And at that time, Arjuna could see in the universal form unlimited expansions of the universe situated in one place, although divided into many, many thousands. So not just one universe, but unlimited universes. And then bewildered and astonished, his hair standing at end, Arjuna bowed his head to pay obeisances and with folded hands began to pray to the Supreme Lord. So up to here, now Sanjay was describing to Dhritarashtra what happened after Krishna showed his universal form. That Arjuna saw the universal form and he was completely bewildered, paying obeisances to Krishna with folded hands, and Arjuna start to speak now. Now he is describing what things Arjuna spoke at that time. What did Arjuna do at that time? So now next verses onwards, Arjuna is first of all going to describe the universal form, the way Arjuna is seeing now. Earlier we heard the way Krishna explained his universal form, how Sanjay explained his universal form. Sanjay's explanation of universal form was mainly that there were so many different manifestations and it was like the effulgence, glaring effulgence. Now Arjuna is going to describe the universal form, how he is able to see, and then what is the effect of that universal form happening on the universe. By seeing the universal form of Krishna, all even the higher celestial personalities, they are becoming terrified. And what was the effect of that on Arjuna himself? Arjuna was also becoming terrified. So that is what Arjuna is going to describe now, how he is witnessing that universal form of Krishna. So Arjuna said, my dear Lord, I see in your form all these various Devi Devatas and other various living entities. I can see all of them within your body. And within your body, I see Brahma sitting on the lotus flower, as well as Lord Shiva and all the sages and other different personalities. So everything is present within the body of Krishna, in the universal form of Krishna. Earlier, Krishna had explained in 10th chapter how Krishna can be seen through various personalities, the kind of a wonderful manifestations of this universe. Here now, Arjuna is able to see all of them in Krishna's universal form. So, O Lord of the universe, O universal form, I see in your body many, many arms, bellies, mouths, eyes, expanded everywhere without limit. I see in you no end, no middle, no beginning. So, because so many different personalities are visible in the universal form of Krishna, so Arjuna is able to see many arms, many bellies, mouths, and eyes. Na antam na madhyam punastvadim. I do not see any end to this, no middle and no beginning. So that is the way Arjuna is able to see the universal form, everything at one place in Krishna's form. And your form is difficult to see because of its glaring effulgence, spreading on all sides like the blazing fire or the immeasurable radiance of the sun. So Arjuna is also now confirming same thing what Sanjay had earlier told, that it's such a big glaring effulgence, it's very difficult to see beyond that. So Arjuna is also saying your form is difficult to see because of the effulgence, glaring effulgence, like the immeasurable radiance of the sun. Yet I see this glowing form everywhere, adorned with various crowns, clubs, and discs. So Arjuna is able to see so many different hands holding different weapons, all the different faces which Arjuna is seeing, all are wearing crowns. In some form, Krishna is holding club. In some form, Krishna is holding bow and arrow. In some form, he is holding disc. In some form, he is holding sword. So like that, Arjuna is seeing all these different form adorned with all these different items in his hands. You are the supreme primal objective. You are the ultimate resting place of all this universe. You are inexhaustible and you are the oldest. You are the maintainer of the eternal religion, oh, the personality of Godhead. This is my opinion. So in 11th chapter, again, Arjuna is confirming this, right? That I accept you. This is my opinion. I accept you as the Supreme Lord. Tvam aksharam param veditvam. Tvam se vishwasya param nidhanam. Tvam avyah shashvata dharma goptah. Sanatanas tvam purusho mato me. You are eternal. Sanatan tvam. You are the eternal personality of Godhead, the Supreme Lord. That is my opinion. So that is what is the understanding of Arjuna after 10th chapter and 11th chapter discussion. So in one sense, Arjuna is already convinced. So Bhagavad Gita could have stopped here, right? Because Arjuna is convinced that yes, you are the Supreme Lord. But Krishna's purpose of speaking Bhagavad Gita is not to convince Arjuna about his supremacy. The purpose of speaking Bhagavad Gita was to inspire Arjuna to perform his duty without any fear, because Arjuna had listed many different reasons why he does not want to fight. I don't want to fight because I don't want to kill my own relatives. If I kill them, I will be suffering from the sinful reaction. So Arjuna had given all these various reasons. So Krishna's purpose of speaking Bhagavad Gita is to inspire Arjuna to do his duty. So he continued speaking this knowledge, how to come beyond this from the level of body to the level of soul, and understanding how to become free from the bondage of this material manifestation. So Arjuna has already accepted Krishna as the Supreme Lord. He is continuously saying that you are without any origin, without the middle, without the end. Your glories are unlimited. And then further, Arjuna is saying you have numberless arms in this universal form, and the suns and moon are your eyes. In 10th chapter, Krishna had spoken that among the Adityas I am sun, and among all the illuminaries I am the moon. So Arjuna is now saying that sun and moon are like your eyes. And I see you with the blazing fire coming forth from your mouth, burning the entire universe by your own radiance. So now Arjuna is describing the influence of Krishna's universal form on the universe. What is the effect happening on the universe for displaying this universal form? So the fire coming out from your mouth is burning the entire universe. Although you are one, you spread throughout the sky and the planets and all the spaces between. Oh, great one, seeing this wondrous and terrible form, all the planetary systems are perturbed. So even all the different planetary systems, they are becoming perturbed by seeing this terrible form, the wondrous form. And Arjuna himself starts to feel terrified by seeing this form. He starts to feel scared of seeing this form of Krishna. So all the hosts of demigods are surrendering before you. So even the demigods, they are able to see this universal form, and they are surrendering before Krishna and entering into you. Some of them very much afraid, offering prayers with folded hands. And the great sages, they are crying, all peace, all peace. And they are praying to you by singing the Vedic hymns. So everybody is becoming terrified by seeing this universal form of Krishna with all these various personalities at one place, holding different weapons in hands. So they are all becoming terrified and they're crying, let there be peace, let there be peace. And all the various manifestations of the Lord, the of manifestations of Lord Shiva, the Adityas, the Vasus, the Sandhyas, the Vishavadevas, and the two Ashwanis Kumaras, the Maruts, forefathers, Gandharvas, Yakshas, Asuras, and all the perfected demigods are beholding you in wonder. So everybody is wonderstruck by seeing this universal form of Krishna. And all the planets with their respective Devi Devatas are disturbed at seeing your great form. With its many faces, eyes, arms, thighs, legs, and bellies, and your many terrible teeth, as they are disturbed, so am I. Seeing your great form, everybody is disturbed, and I am also becoming disturbed. O all-pervading Vishnu, seeing you with your many radiant colors touching the sky, your gaping mouth and your great glowing eyes, my mind is perturbed by fear. I can no longer maintain my steadiness or equilibrium of mind. So Arjuna is becoming so afraid that he is shivering. If you see something very horrible all of a sudden in front of you, right, what will happen to you? What will be your situation? So you'll be kind of shaken completely. All of a sudden, if something appears in front of you, right? You were standing in one open area and there is nothing all around, and all of a sudden something appears right next to you. You will be completely shaken all of a sudden. So Arjuna's situation was like that, seeing that big universal form with so many different amazing things in it. Arjuna is completely disturbed. And Arjuna is saying that please be gracious upon me. I cannot keep my balance anymore. Seeing this death-like faces and awful teeth in all directions, now I am bewildered. So when Krishna showed the universal form, it's not that it was only the beautiful manifestations as shown in Krishna's form. Many of the horrible features are also shown in that universal form. Let's say the death personified, the Yamaraj or the Yamadutas and his agents, they are also present in the universal form with their ghastly looking faces, with awful teeth. And seeing all these different manifestations within Krishna's universal form, Arjuna said, I'm not able to maintain my balance and I'm becoming very afraid. I see all these different personalities who have assembled there on the war field. Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and all the soldiers, they are all rushing into the fearful mouths, in the mouth of Yama. And some are trapped with their heads smashed between your teeth. If you sometimes you eat something, something gets stuck between the teeth. If you're eating some chana, some what do you call, saunf, something is stuck between the teeth. So Arjuna is saying all these various people who have assembled there to fight, I see all of them are rushing into your fearful mouths and some their heads trapped between your teeth, smashed between the teeth. As the river flow towards the ocean, so all these warriors are entering into this blazing fire. Okay, all these great warriors are entering into your mouths. Just like sometimes the small insects, like jugnu or some other insects, they are very attracted to the light or to the fire. So on a light bulb also, you will see all the mosquitoes, they will be going around that light bulb. The flies will go to the fire, seeing that glaring light, and then they get consumed by that, burned up by that. So all the sons of Dhritarashtra, 100 Kauravas, along with their all the partners, the allied kings, and all their other wonderful warriors, Bhishma, Drona, Karna, they are all rushing into the mouths of Krishna in the form of death personified, as the rivers are flowing into the ocean. And I see all these personalities rushing into your mouth with full speed as the moth runs towards the blazing fire. Okay, so Arjuna is quoting the exact example also here, which I just mentioned. यथा प्रदीप्तम ज्वलन पतंगा, जैसे पतंगा अग्नि की ओर जाता है, as a fly, the moth get attracted to the fire or to the light, all these various personalities are rushing into those mouths. And seeing all this, Arjuna is completely perturbed, he is completely bewildered. And I see you devouring all the people from all sides with your flaming mouths, covering all the universe with effulgence, and you are manifest with terrible scorching rays. So this is how Arjuna sees this vision of Krishna, and being disturbed by this vision of Krishna, now Arjuna will request and Arjuna will offer prayers to the universal form. Please now withhold this universal form and show me your four-handed form. And then he will say, show me your two-handed form. And before that, Arjuna is going to ask for forgiveness also. Why does Arjuna ask for forgiveness? Because now Arjuna is thinking, I was thinking something about you, and now I see something completely different. I was thinking you as my friend. We used to sit together, eat together, joke together. We used to go for stroll together. I was not understanding your real form, your real personality. Now, who are you? So Arjuna is going to ask this question further, but I think we'll discuss the remaining part in the next section, in the next session. So far in this chapter, what we have seen is Arjuna requesting Krishna to show the universal form. And then Krishna himself gives the glimpse of his universal form, just kind of giving as an orientation to Arjuna about his universal form. And then Sanjay described that to Dhritarashtra. And then after Arjuna had seen this universal form, what is Arjuna describing by his own words? What is he seeing in the universal form? And what is the effect of that? What is the influence of seeing the universal form on the universe itself and on Arjuna? Right? What is the effect of the universe? It appears like everything is getting burnt, everybody is getting afraid. And the effect of on Arjuna is saying, I'm not able to hold my balance, I'm not able to maintain my balance, I'm becoming very perturbed, I'm becoming very afraid. So that is the description so far. And we'll continue in the next session, the remaining part, that what Arjuna prays to Krishna, asking for forgiveness, and then requesting to show the four-handed form and two-handed form. And what was the reason for that? So we'll stop here today, and let's see if anybody has any discussion points, any question. Okay, Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, anybody has anything to discuss? I know we are just discussing these also recently only in our regular Saturday Bhagavad Gita discussion also. So maybe little repeat so soon. Yes, Suresh.
Prabhuji, this universal form is different than what he showed to Yashoda, right? Here, he's talking about
Yes.
Kal.
Right. So yeah, there is a difference. Krishna shows different level of the universal form. What Mother Yashoda saw was all the beautiful features, okay, in the universal form. That there's all these different planetary system is there within the mouth of Krishna. And then Yashoda saw one particular universe, and in that universe, Yashoda saw the earth, and on that earth, Yashoda saw herself also in the mouth of Krishna, right? Looking into the mouth of Krishna. So that was the vision she had. But here, Arjuna is seeing a different level of the universal form with all the ghastly manifestations also.
And not only that, he makes her forget again and
Yes.
makes her back to mother.
Right.
But
Because
here he has documents and everything.
right.
Another comment I have heard about some people that Krishna is so excited about showing his form to Arjuna and he loves him so much that he says Pasha, Pasha, Pasha before even he gives universal eyes.
Right.
And that shows love between Krishna and Arjuna. He really loves him. He considers one of his best friend and bhakta also.
Right. Yeah. And so coming back to Bhishma Pitama, actually we can conclude based on that. So when the whole war is done and Yudhishthira is lamenting, right? Yudhishthira was lamenting that because of me this whole war happened. I'm the culprit. Because of me all these people died because I had the greed to get the kingdom. Krishna tried to pacify Yudhishthira Maharaj, but he is not ready to listen. And then Krishna suggests, let's all go to Bhishma Pitama. He's still there on the bed of arrows. He has not given up his uh, life yet. So Yudhishthira, along with his brothers and the whole military, whole army, nicely decorated in the nice clothes and everything, and they go to Bhishma, where Bhishma is on the bed of arrows. Now, why Yudhishthira Maharaj dressed up so nicely and all the brothers dressed up nicely, even though it's a sad occasion, like going to somebody's funeral, right? If you're going to somebody's funeral, will you go nicely dressed and all? Yudhishthira is getting dressed nicely in the royal clothes and all these nice ornaments, jewelry, everything, and going to Bhishma Pitama, where now he is going to leave his body. So what is the reason of that? Why Yudhishthira Maharaj did that? Because that was the desire of Bhishma Pitama. He wanted to see Yudhishthira in the form of the king, taking the role of the king of Hastinapura. He wanted to see Yudhishthira in the royal opulence. So that's why Yudhishthira dressed up nicely and they all approached Bhishma Pitama. And Bhishma Pitama, when he started telling Yudhishthira, what he tells is he talks about Krishna's real identity, right? He says, you have been thinking about Krishna, that oh, Krishna is your cousin, he is Sakha, as Sakha to Arjuna, that he acted as your well-wisher, he acted as your messenger also. So you have seen, accepted Krishna in all these various roles, but actually he is the Supreme Lord. So don't mistake Krishna to be any of your just relatives or something like that. He is the Supreme Lord. And you should indirectly, why Bhishma Pitama is saying this to Yudhishthira, that you should accept or you should listen to what Krishna is telling. Right? You should listen to what Krishna is telling you. And that's why first thing Bhishma Pitama addresses Yudhishthira Maharaj is he talks about Krishna, that Krishna is the Supreme Lord and he has kindly associated with you so closely, giving you his association. And with his mercy only, he has come here in front of my eyes when I'm about to leave my body. So Bhishma Pitama, he knew about Krishna's identity, that he is the Supreme Lord. And Bhishma Pitama was one of the greatest devotee. He is among the Mahajanas, the 12 Mahajanas. He is the authority on the spiritual knowledge. So finally, Krishna tells Bhishma Pitama, you please instruct Yudhishthira Maharaj. And Bhishma says, my body is paining with all these arrows pierced through my body. I am in so much pain. And then Krishna just glances at Bhishma Pitama. And by the glance of Krishna, all the pain is gone. Even though still arrows are there in the body, pierced through the body, Bhishma is still on the bed of arrows. But now there is no pain. Okay? All the pain is gone. And that is the power of Krishna's glance. We were discussing this same point earlier also, maybe last Saturday, that by just having the glance of Krishna, all the dead cowherd boys, by drinking the poisonous water of Yamuna, they regained their lives. How? By just the glance of Krishna. So Krishna's glance can revive the life. Krishna's glance can remove the pain from the body. So Bhishma Pitama completely lost all the suffering, in the sense all the pain which was there, and now Bhishma Pitama spoke at length different subject matter to Yudhishthira. So finally, after that, when the Uttarayan came, then Bhishma Pitama gave up his life by first, for the 5 days, observing the austerities, giving up any food to eat. So he completely absorbed his mind on Krishna. And those were the last 5 days, the vrata which he followed. And that vrata is recommended, that if we observe that similar vrata or the same austerities, the last 5 days of Kartik, we can also attain that benefit of developing love for Godhead, love for Krishna. So that is the Bhishma Panchaka, that Bhishma Pitama, for the last 5 days, he observed these austerities. And we should try to observe some austerities in the last 5 days of Kartik, giving up particular food items or reducing our food, maybe eating once a day, or more chanting, more reading, more hearing. So those are the type of things to observe in the last 5 days of Kartik during Bhishma Panchaka. So little summary of glorification of Bhishma Pitama also. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Actually, I was just confused about the fasting, like today and the remaining days. Are we supposed to break the fast tomorrow?
Yeah,
Or just
you can
like
break
for
the
the
fast tomorrow, or if you are doing all the last 4 days now on Ekadashi Prasadam, so then it does not matter. You can continue and break the fast after Bhishma Panchaka.
Okay, is there any time or something? Because I couldn't get much detail, so I wanted to verify.
I have to check regarding breaking time after Bhishma Panchaka, but yeah, generally next day morning, whenever is your regular time, you can break the fast.
You mean on Saturday, right?
On Saturday, yes.
Okay. Thank you,
If
Prabhuji.
you're doing on Ekadashi food only during these next 4 days.
Yeah, got it. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Rajbu, you have any question?
Yes, Prabhu. It's not related to the topic, Prabhu, but just want to know that. So, like demigods, once they have completed their duration, they will like go and another maybe different demigods will come as part of their for duty. So similarly, Shiva also will also come like that, or it is exception for Shiva?
Lord Shiva's position is different than other Devi Devatas. Other Devi Devatas, they are in the category of Jiva Tattva, Jiva. Okay, like us as a living entity. So we come in the category of Jiva Tattva. So all the Devi Devatas, they are also in the same category, Jiva Tattva, even up to Brahma also. But for Lord Shiva's category is separate, Shiva Tattva. Okay. And then there is Vishnu Tattva. Basically, all the different forms of the Supreme Lord, different avatars, Rama, Krishna, Varaha, Narasingha. So that is all Vishnu Tattva. And so Shiva's position is different from other Devi Devatas. Other Devi Devatas, after completing their duration, they will get into another different species. Okay. Or even a human being can come to the level of Devi Devata. Somebody else can become Indra, somebody else can become Chandra, Surya, Varuna, all that. So these position of Devi Devatas that stay for the duration of one manvantra. Okay, so their lifespan is for the duration of one manvantra. In Brahma's day, there are 14 Manus. In one kalpa of Brahma. So there are 14 Manus, and every Manvantra, this universal government changes. Okay. So that is the duration, the life duration of the Devi Devatas. But Shiva's position is not like that. So Shiva's position continues. And Shiva's form is in one sense also eternal. Okay. So Shiva is considered as like the door. Okay, Shiva is the doorway to the spiritual world. So, for example, when we go into the temple, so there is a temple entrance, temple door, through which you have to pass to enter inside the main temple hall, where you can take darshan of the Lord. So same way, when somebody travels beyond this material world to go to the spiritual world, so the first place is Shivadham. Okay, so that is like the doorway. So it's like the checkpoint. So Lord Shiva is going to do your scanning to make sure now you are fully qualified to go beyond that point to the spiritual world. Okay, so that is Shiva Tattva. So he is also eternal in one sense. He is there in Shiva Dham, which is the starting point beyond this material creation. Okay.
Okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, Prabhuji, we'll see you then.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you, everyone. I think we'll end it here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.